Greetings, brothers and sisters. In the name of Yahushua, how y'all doing? It's good to talk to y'all again. No cap. It ain't even been that long. I think I went longer than this before about uploading a video. But basically, niggas is just really leveling up, I guess you could say. Cause how can I put this? I mean, so we all know that but like any good father does, test us, and he puts us through things. In the moment, we may be like, why is this going down? But see, I'm past that point, though. I'm at the point where I realize now that really it's very simple. It's not even like something to overcomplicate. Like, he's above all. His thoughts are above us. His ways are above us. I don't understand them. You don't either. So it's like, why question it? Because even if, like, let's say somebody did question, like, our Father's will and he told them why. I highly doubt. Matter of fact, I'm 100% certain they wouldn't even understand it or be able to comprehend it. So it's like, why worry about that? And it sounds so damn simple that it's kind of crazy that niggas just now really. I mean, it's not like niggas just now realizing that all you gotta do is let go and let God. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's just like certain things. Like, I done talked about it in the video before, but basically, niggas be going crazy with the black magic on me and my mama. It's like, bruh, all they can really do is harass niggas because, niggas is who they is, but they be harassing. So I basically had to, like, boss up because, bro, the breaking point was really, like, because I was always straight as long as I knew my mom was going to be straight because I always bounced back like I made a rubber, so. So I remember the first breaking point, or the first, like, cracking point, I guess you could say, was when whoever this blonde hair bastard was popped up in my mama's dreams talking all that shit. That pissed me off. I took care of him. Fast forward, I remember it was late. She came into my room one time talking about she couldn't sleep, but like someone was sitting on her. And like this is my life. Like, the conversations me and my mama have, like, nigga, before niggas even got onto the level that we are now. She was the one telling me about the fact that there's two different worlds, the physical and the spiritual world, right? So, like, this is really niggas' lives. This is really in my bloodline, like, no cap. Like, for real. But, like, the last conversation we had was about her. She was just telling me how she's basically, like, getting tired of, like, all this spiritual warfare, and how she got we was on the highway. She was talking about how, like, I always got to be strong, this, that, and third. I'm just tired. And I'm just sitting over here. Because she doesn't know. Well, she knows I'm not normal. Like, she knows, like, I can see things and, like, stuff like that. But she has no idea about, like, how not normal I really am. So I'm just sitting here next to her listening. And I'm just like, nigga, you cannot be lacking, bro. Like, not even just because I'm not supposed to be lacking. Because I got a whole nation to protect, but nigga, like, I gotta be strong enough for both of us, like, because that was always my thing. Like, I was straight with me going through this bullshit as long as she wasn't, but she was. So, like, it sounds so corny, but it's so not. Like, niggas had a real, like, power up moment. Like, nigga, what are you fighting for, type shit? Like, what are you really doing this for? Like, what is my motivation? And I'm talking, like at this moment in time, because obviously we all know what our overarching spiritual motivation is. That's obvious. I was talking about in the present, because ever since I started training with this, what they call aura, I don't even like calling it that anymore because I know more about it. By the way, a quick update on that. Hey, I'm right. I'm right, bro. I'm right. We gonna talk about that a little more later though. But I basically started going through a whole bunch of changes, like good necessary changes, not like bodily or nothing yet, obviously. Cause I don't know if you heard, but that's They finished start rolling out the vaccines like dead ass. Niggas can't get on planes no more in Australia. You ain't got no vaccine. They talking about they finna dump about 6.4 million in them hoes nationwide soon. They said that yesterday. So yeah, it's fuck them niggas, bro. But anyway, what was I talking about, man? Uh Damn, what was I talking about? So basically, like mental emotional changes, healing from other stuff. Cause I don't like dealt with all the past trauma and shit. That's pretty old news. But it was still some other stuff. It's mostly like anger issues and stuff like that. Cause I got that from my father, so and my uncle. Like, hey, look, bloodlines, bloodlines. Period. In the sentence. So, and this whole like energy, free energy, whatever you want to call it, the little mist around your body, it's like your emotions. It's like the hottest fuel for the fire. So, and I was been giving me so many hints over and over again, like, cause I've been doing it, but like I've been like, I haven't really been quote unquote letting my like emotions flow. Like I've seen so many times and like heard in so many different ways, like let your love flow, like basically let that be your power. And so I'm sitting here, or I'm standing here, like, looking in the mirror and shit, looking at all these damn scratches that I have on my body. Even though it's not that many, it's enough to notice from you know what. And so I'm like, bruh, hell no. You feel me? I'm like, hell no, I'm not going. I'm not going, bruh. And it's like, and this was just me. That's just Marlon Jermaine Cloud. I'm not going. Then I started to realize who the it's so crazy. It's like it's two different sides inside me, bro. But they're both the same person. Like, obviously, like you got Raphael, the adamant one. He's on go for everything. He always know what to do when it comes to stuff like that. Then you got me on the other side. Marlon, he chill, but he trying to recover from so much stuff. And it's like Raphael, the tough one. He always the one like, get up, man. Yeah, it hurts, but you got to get up, man. Do it. Do your stuff. Do your stuff. And it's always Marlon over here, like, or he was a few days ago over here, like, oh, why I gotta do this? Why I gotta do that? It hurts. Like, a bunch of stupid shit. I don't really have that luxury because, like, I'm a little too high up. I don't really have that luxury. I'll say it again. And so I had to realize that the way it happened was so damn beautiful, though. It's like, bruh, our father's ways are just magnificent. Let me tell you. So, they be talking about, well, you probably heard the terms like clairvoyance and clairaudience and shit before. It's basically just like weird nigga ways of describing like, I guess, psychic senses or something. Like, I, we pretty much have all those when it comes to our father. Like, at least I know I do. But the main one is clairaudience. It's like songs play at just the absolute perfect times, or like songs pop in your head or something. Like, for example, I was basically depressed the other day, like last week or something, and I was thinking towards the future, towards things above, and I heard this melody pop in my head. This do no do no do no do no do no do no. I already knew what song that was. You probably knew what song it is too. In case you don't, I'll sing it real quick. It's that Chris Brown. And nigga said, who said you can't fall in love in the club? Cause I wanna tell you they wrong. Maybe let's try a new thing. And let's spark a new flame. And we know what the Twin Flames is, so that cheered me up. And then, so that's like our thing. Like, I'm sure he does that with other people, but like, between me and him, that's like, I really cherish our relationship, but that's like our main thing, right? Just like with songs. He's told me so many, like I've had so many cool revelations through songs. It's just like, man. But anyway, niggas was, what was I doing? All right, so look, I was looking for an instrumental or something because I've been making songs and shit. Y'all know that, obviously. And I saw this one beat. It was the instrumental to Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. And I don't even listen to that nigga like that. But it just had a 216 in it. And if you know why the 216 is significant to me, then I don't gotta explain it. And if you don't know, I'm not gonna explain it anyway. So I seen the 216. I clicked on it, and it was a sample from some nigga named Ted who made a song called "Be Ever Wonderful." In the beginning of the sample, it said like, "Darling, I told you many many times. I'm gonna tell you again." And then it cut out. So I was like, what is he saying? Because I at this point my discernment is like off the chart, so I can tell when something's like there. You feel me? So I'm like, okay, what does he say? So I go in the comments, somebody like, okay, here's a sample. I look up the song because my whole main thing, I talked about this such a long time ago before. My whole main thing is basically like, I'm too hard on myself. And he's literally told me that, and I just don't listen. So, so he, through that song in that moment, like, this is literally what the man said in the song. Like, darling, I told you many, many times, and I'm going to tell you again, my love for you hasn't changed. And on the actual page of the video was even more numbers that had stuff to do with me. So I'm like, man. And the last thing that really like did it was before that whole sequence of events even happened, there's this song from this anime called Demon Slayer that I haven't even watched it or read it, but there's this fight scene that I'm pretty sure you know what I'll talk about. If you look it up, you're probably gonna recognize it because that shit went viral past just anime. That shit was just trending on Twitter. Like, niggas just knew about it. So it's the scene where the main character, Tanjiro, is fighting this spider demon, right? And at this point, I could tell, like, bro, I could tell when things resonate with me or if they have something to do with me energetically. So I'm like, okay, this nigga's going crazy, right? And like just all that aside, the scene itself is just fire. Like, when he cut bro head off and do the whole fire spin thing, that shit is cold. Okay, like I'm not gonna lie, that shit hard. So the song playing to during it though, I looked it up because I noticed a pattern with these songs and these shows. I don't know what the hell be going on, but these songs be talking to niggas like me and like other arcs and other 144. Like, these songs be talking to niggas. I don't know what be going on with that, but I know everything is through opposite will one way or another. So that's the answer I'll go with. So I listened to the song. Like, I was finna just listen to the song, but then that whole sequence of events happened, and I got told what I needed to hear at that moment. So I'm listening to the song, and I guess I kind of gotta paint the picture because niggas like I be going through a lot. I'm not gonna get into details because I really just can't right now. But I be going through a lot. But I be straight though, cause I mean niggas gotta be. Anyway though. So I'm sitting here like, bruh, damn. I'm just laying down like, damn, this shit is ass right now, right? And so I'm looking at the lyrics of this damn song. The whole song is talking about, bruh, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how much this and that, keep going, move forward. But what really killed niggas was the last part of the hook, where it's like, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how much, no, even if you're in pain, you have no choice but to stand up. You have no choice but to get up and keep going because there is something you had to protect. That last part, that there is something you had to protect, is really what it was really like the real breaking point, honestly, because for that, I wasn't really thinking about that. Like, I was, but I was always like, why am I going through this? Why I gotta go through this? Why I gotta be something like this? Why I gotta be something sexual? Why couldn't I fight against something else, But it's not about me. And if I got not if I got some real big diabolical names on my hit list. Not even just cause like I'm like, oh, I'm picking and choosing. Like, oh, I want to kill this, that, and the third. Like, no, nigga, these are really my duties. Like, when all this shit pops off, I gotta knock off some real formidable foes, right? Like, on everything I've ever talked about. Like, that's literally what's going down. And so it got me thinking, like, nigga, if you can't even make it through this, how the fuck do you expect to kill these fiends? Like, so I'm like, man, fuck all that, nigga. I'm not, I'm bossing up. So now, even though niggas still be going through that shit, I be fighting so damn hard. Them niggas don't even get no leeway for real. But when they do, it don't even fuck me up as much as it used to. That shit used to take me out because that's like, that shit used to be taking me out, bro. But now it's just like, nah, man, that's something you gotta protect. So yeah, this shit hurts a lot, spiritually, physically too. It's like I be catching head. Black magic is so despicable, bro. I be catching headaches and shit. I be feeling like I'm about to throw up sometimes. I ain't never actually throw up, but I be feeling like I'm about to throw up sometimes. So I be like, nah, get your ass up. Get your ass up, player. You got a whole nation to protect. I'm literally like, I look like a king of this. Like I cannot fold. Like if I'm one of the ones folding, what's the rest of the army gonna do? Like if I'm one of the ones folding, I'm gonna look real weak next to the rest of my brothers and sisters who also arcs. You feel me? Like I said earlier, I'm a little too high up for that luxury. I don't really got the luxury of just none of us do, but I damn sure don't got the luxury of goddamn curling up into a ball and crying about some shit. You feel me? All that aside though, niggas been getting strong. Like no cap. Like physically, mentally, and spiritually, all that. But I'm talking like with you. You know what I'm talking about. Well, I gotta tell y'all. Two things actually. First of all, it got to the point where it like, cause okay, look, the spirit. Everybody knows at this point that what's in the spirit happens first, and then it's physical, right? One night when I was doing this stuff, it affected the physical world. No cap. And I was surprised. I was up front. It was late at night. I believe me and my mama had Mike got to talking about something spiritual earlier. But anyway, I be praying over this house every night because I got to. So what I do is, because niggas got powers, bro. What I do is, in my mind's eye, I be praying. And I've done this plenty of times before I even really got on this, the whole thing. I'd envision, like, basically around my house, just straight how do you even describe this color? It's like bluish, purple, gold, silver. Like basically I just pray like be like, Heavenly Father, cleanse this house with your presence, because you know our Father's presence is like consuming fire. So I was like, consume this house with your presence, and everything unrighteous replace it with your presence and such. So I'm seeing in my mind's eye like the house is just the most beautiful fire you ever seen, is everywhere. And I make it sure, because I'm not just doing this just to do it. I'm like, it's really for my mama. So I'm like envisioning every area of the house, just this fire just going through everywhere. And I'm going so hard, right? Like first of all, I feel it all around me, because once you start doing it, it's easy to tell when it's around you. So I feel it all around me. It's all around my hands. Blood pumping through my veins fast as hell, because I'll get into that probably later. And so I'm doing that. I'm seeing it. All of a sudden, because keep in mind, it's dead ass still. Like, there's the AC ain't on. It's still. Nothing's moving in the house. This little plastic bag to the left of me that has some Christmas stuff in it, which I don't really fuck with, but I gotta get my mom off that shit. Or, that's not my place. But, this is besides the point. I got this plastic bag with some Christmas stuff in it, and that bitch crinkled. And then the fireplace next to me, someone on that bitch said, and I'm like, this is like at the point where I'm going crazy. So then I stop, I look around, I'm like, bro. And I wait for like 5 more minutes to see if I was just tripping. I didn't hear shit else but damn cicadas and shit outside, because I'm like, oh my goodness. We really going hard. And I can actually see it now a little bit in the actual physical world. Because in my mind's eye, or the spirit world, the astral, the backyard, whatever the hell you want to call it, buddy, I can see that very, very clearly. It's easy. Like, the shit's easy. It's easy now. But, like, in the actual physical world, it's like, it looks like heat waves almost. It's like a combination of, like, heat waves and, like, a white milky mist. It's not dense enough to be smoke, and it's not thin enough to be mist. So it's like a white milky in between mist, with like also heat waves, like not actual heat waves, but you know the way the air be like rippling and just nigga, it look like heat waves. You know what I'm trying to say? And it be all around my body. It's crazy. Anyway though, niggas are ramble for a long time just because it's been a minute. It's been a minute, and plus I just want to get all that on my chest for real, because partially just to get it on my chest, but also because encouragement, because I know I'm not the only one going through some stuff. I know I'm not the only one who these niggas done marked. Because you have to realize the only thing that these niggas fear is us and our reemergence. So, especially someone like an Ark, they know, okay? I'm telling you, they know. You know that they know. Niggas got bounties on the head, spiritual bounties, through the roof. Alright? You can be a little proud of it. Yeah, that shit cool. It is, ain't it? Yeah, you cool. Look, you're cool, okay? You're cool. Alright? Yeah, we go through a lot. Yeah, we done did a lot. Lord knows we done did a lot. But right now, especially if you on the right path, you got a good relationship with my father, my nigga, you're cool, okay? We're cool. Just we can be um less than cordial with that. Like, nigga, we're cool, basically. Like, straight up. We're just some cool ass niggas. We're a cool ass nation. Anyway, though, hey, no, that's the perfect segue, because that's the whole point of this video, is talking about our nation, because it's about the law. Basically, here's what happened. I was watching this series on YouTube called Virtual Fighter, because I really don't know why I started watching. I just did. But anyway, the main character's name is Akira, which means light. And he has a headband. And this whole thing is like, he fights for justice, he's virtuous and all that. You know what? Just watch some stuff real quick.
Well, a lot of people also don't know about our name, the person we descend from. They call him Eber. Now, the modern pronunciation is also Hebrew. But that name, Eber, means wings and feathers in our language. But I'll show you where those pronunciations come from. Because the name Eber is actually in Abraham's name. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's take a look at this before we listen to some of the war cries. This is the feminine of the word Eber. Okay, this is Ibera. Of course, that is the suffix of Deborah's name. It means opinion. Opinion, of course, is a wing or feather. So where else have you seen this feminine form? Right here that we're looking at. Ibera. You've seen it in our grandfather's name. His name is Abraham. And the name means feather or a wing. Now, let's see, where could they have come up with the expression Hebrew? Here you can see the letter H in our language means the exact same thing, Ibra. So if you put the H in front of that, you get Hebra. They say Hebrew. It means opinion or wings and feathers. This is who we are. This is our identity. The feathers and the wearing of the feathers, that's ours. The wearing of the headband with the law in it, that's ours. The wearing of the fringes, that's ours. It's time to reclaim them.
Bird people. My name literally means little falcon, Marlin. You know, everything just lines up. But anyway, notice how she said that the whole thing with wearing the headband with the law wrapped inside of it so you can read it whenever you need to is ours. And there are 613 laws. I'm sure y'all should know. We focusing on these right here though. Save the pursued even at the cost of the life of the pursuer, and not to spare a pursuer, but he is to be slain before he reaches the pursued and slays the latter or uncovers his nakedness. So our law outright supports and proclaims vigilantism. Obviously righteous and obviously just us because we the only ones who can handle some shit like that. Because the rest of these niggas don't know how to act with power. We didn't either. But that's interesting because look at what this nigga be talking about. Every time like this happens, this is an old show, so literally every time before this man fights, he busts his little sequence.
One should never harm others, nor themselves in the face of anger. My creed! This is the guideline I live by, and it is the law of my masters! However, it doesn't apply to scum like you who have no discipline. Come on!
I'm faking laughing because I can't laugh about this shit no more because this shit not funny no more because I really understand what's going down. That shit is disrespectful. Like, what? Hello? That's hella disrespectful. Like, those are our planetary guidelines, nigga. That's about saving souls. These niggas got this man up here busting that move before he fight these goofy ass Saturday morning cartoon villains every other week or however they was rolling it out when that shit came out. Nah, B. I can't I can't pull that, cuz.
So, you're the famous Red Hawk I've heard all the stories about. Kill the fool!
You inflict pain on those who are vulnerable. I will inflict punishment on those who are evil in the name of heaven.
We back. Nah, I say we back because as you can see in that last clip with Red Hawk, up at the top left that said November 1st, and as I'm talking right now it's November 30th, like 8 in the morning. So it's been a lot going on. Basically, not even like in terms of me per se, even though it has, but that's not really the point. It's really the world, man. Honestly, in these past 9 days, hey man, look, we've been talking about this stuff for a very, very long time, right? But now everything, well, first of all, not even now, I mean just like for some months and some change, we've been seeing, if you know what to look for, if you know what you're looking at, and you've been seeing everything go the way it's supposed to go, and then things that already happened before in years past, so it's all like the timeline that it's going smoothly. Of course it is. And so you look at the hell been going on recently, and it's shaping up to be a real eventful month. I mean, damn, like, that's not even men's words here. I'm gonna hit you with this. Boom, it's over. They ain't even try to dial it up and fucking mystify it like they usually do. They just said it, man. And it's straight out the scriptures. They just said it, man. I think it was some niggas over there in Iran or something. But what does that matter? All these niggas in allegiance. But I mean, that's not even the worst part. I mean, bro.
So the vaccine, there's an idea called microneedle platform, okay? This was developed by MIT. And they said it could be very easily produced, okay, and mass produced. This is why they're proposing this technology. And many millions of vaccines could be made quickly. They could also be administered by yourself. So the idea is to get a Band-Aid. It looks like a Band-Aid you buy in the drugstore. It's shipped to you through Amazon or UPS or some other shipping service. You take it out of the package, you put it on your hand like this, and then you take the sticker off, and voila, you've been vaccinated. So how is that possible? Well, in this Band-Aid, it has little tiny spicules, little tiny needles, and this was designed after a snake viper fang bite, okay, or snake viper fangs.
I'm finna get mad, bro. I'm tired of hearing about dragons, snakes, and shit, man. I'm tired of this shit, bro. Our Father gave the whole kingdom authority to tread on scorpions and snakes and stuff. So what the hell do you think I feel like doing right now? Looking at something like that. I actually went ahead a little too far in the video because I meant to play. I mean, I probably don't even have to based on what she just said. If your discernment where it needs to be, but I'm gonna show you what she said before that because
So, what do you think about going from human 1.0 to human 2.0? And what does that mean? Well, going from humans, as we now know ourselves, to human 2.0 has something to do with transhumanism. If you're not familiar with that term, it's about taking humans, as we know ourselves, and melding with artificial intelligence. Kind of like being in the Matrix, if you've ever seen that movie. And that may seem kind of cool to you. We might have some superhuman abilities, maybe be able to think of something and it happens. Maybe have some physical abilities that would be almost superhuman-like. That's the idea. That's what you see in sci-fi movies.
and of course she brings up sci-fi movies, Blade Runner, RoboCop. I was gonna say something else. Altered Carbon. I mean, they've been doing this shit for the longest time, but yeah, Iron and Clay. I'm finna get mad. And the whole thing, like, damn, I could really go into a lot with this, but I'm gonna keep it simple. The whole thing is like they just want to be us super bad. They want to be us bad as hell. We already know this, but like seriously, because I mean, the bloodline, the family is not normal. Like, for example, let's take another look at this media, because you know that's what they do. That's what they do, man. That's what they do. Media, Medea, sorcery. All right, look it up. Medea. Look it up. You remember Castlevania? I'm sure a lot of y'all know what Castlevania is, especially if you're older. Well, you might not know that the recent Castlevania Netflix series is so uber popular, or at least it was so uber popular, to the point where they literally gave them niggas money to make a whole new series. And look, that doesn't just happen with any platform. I don't care if it's Netflix, television, or the movie theaters. For you to have, this is not a sequel. This is a completely new series with the same level of good animation, budget behind it. So it was successful. But we know what's really going on in this world. And the other day, because I've been knowing about Castlevania, but the other day, I stumbled across a video called The Glory of Victor Belmont, which in the Castlevania timeline, he's like the first one to slay Dracula, right? You can probably already see where this is going. But let me just show you some examples of just another twisting and perverting of our legend, our story, whatever you want to call it. And as far as this show goes, now this show has been out for quite some time. So when it first came out, it was like some years ago, I believe. Yeah, definitely at least 1 year ago, at least. When it first came out, there was only 5 episodes. And it wasn't even like, it's not even like people were sleeping on it. It's like it just came out, so nobody has really seen it yet to be giving it all this praise. So I seen all 5 episodes, and like the actual show itself, I mean, for what it is, from like, well, the animation looks good. And like the fighting and shit is cool, but I mean, the story and the characters and shit, you know, typical devilish nonsense. They got hella gay niggas in there. There's a whole bunch of bullshit going on, as usual.
Some family bloodlines contain someone of great importance within their history, be it Nobunaga of the Oda clan, or Genghis Khan of 8% of the world's population, and by the same logic, even famous fictional bloodlines have something similar, as sometimes fate falls into the right place and aligns to form someone of such fame and impact that they shape the future of their bloodline without even realizing it. And this is what happened with the Belmont lineage and Richter Belmont, as during his heyday, the hot-blooded holy hero hastily humiliated Hell's hardened hierarchy. However, his heretically honed hubris helped hand him humiliation. Richter Belmont is the protagonist of Castlevania Rondo of Blood and hailed as the strongest Belmont within the clan, likely due to his heritage and his hot-blooded attitude, as he demonstrates his raw talent in his debut title, which might be the origin of Richter's own multi-talented nature, as he's not only the physically strongest Belmont of the clan, but he was also gifted with extremely powerful holy magic, as his family lineage is basically super eugenics. And speaking of his family, his given name Richter also directly translates to the German word for the Book of Judges, which is a term for an Old Testament Bible, and given the Belmont's connections to the church, this seems rather intentional. But along with that, Richter can also just mean judge by itself, which might have been the inspiration behind his grandfather's name, Juste, which means righteous, and altogether they are a righteous judge. And on top of that, his visual design, along with the visual design of all of Rondo of Blood, is assumedly targeting the shonen manga demographic, assumedly taking influence from series like Fist of the North Star and Slayers when designing the world and characters within that world.
Yeah, we ain't even gonna spend too much time talking about that. Matter of fact, no time at all, because that was beyond self-explanatory. I mean, the nigga got Book of Judges in his name. That's ridiculous. Anyway, and they said his family bloodline basically has super eugenics. Man, that's redundant. Anyway, this video is about our nation, about a nation, a law, and a lawless ass world. And, you know, that was originally going to be the whole focus of the video. But then it had been a while, so I had to that monologue in the beginning. And then these days passed and all this other shit that happened, so I could put that in to, like, increase the urgency even more. Because, look, the damn vaccine, man, when I was watching that video at the job, when I was watching that video, and she was just saying all this shit, man. Like, I'm over here rewinding the video, like, okay, I'm watching and she's saying all this shit. I'm like, oh, I'm rewinding it. She's saying all this shit. I got my fist over my mouth now. I'm like, oh shit, it's really going down. And I'm like over here like, bruh, I'm rewinding it again. She's still saying all this shit. I'm jumping up and down now. Not like jumping, but like bouncing up and down on my knees. Like, oh, shit. Like, it's really going down. Like, nigga, it's finally dawning on fools. Like, yeah. Bruh, how long have we been, like, how long have niggas been talking about this? Not even us, just like regular-ass Christians. How long have regular-ass Christians been talking about the damn mark? And the whole transhumanist thing, the whole ghost in the shell thing. And now that it's there, like, it's out. And they're not playing about it either. They dead ass for real. Meanwhile, everybody is worried about stupid shit like the virus going away so they can, because motherfuckers niggas think that the world finna go back to being normal. Nah, B. It's time for a reset. Somebody gotta level the playing field, you know? Anyways, though, back on topic.
Ashitaka's village and tribe are known as the Amishi. This is a true ethnic group from the northeastern region in Japan. The Amishi were known for their skill in archery and horseback riding. Historians recall the tribe having some type of connection to the Hokkaido and the Anu tribe. But other historians or others might say that the Amishi is actually a separate tribe or seed line. Nonetheless, the Anu tribe has had some appearances or representation in other forms of media, such as Samurai Showdown, once again, in the form of Nakaruru. She's a product of the Anu tribe, but that's neither here nor there.
So I had no idea who this was until I seen that video, but it led to a lot. Anyway, so this is Nakoruru, and she's one of the most popular SNK characters, along with Terry Bogard, who we also talked about before. Her official nickname is Mother Nature's Guardian. Oh my goodness, I'm sure you can see where this is going. About the whole Ainu people thing, though. So, you know, Israel was scattered across the world. And one thing, a way you can notice, like wherever a lost tribe is basically have they been dejected or treated terribly in some way. And the Ryukyuan people of China, which, well, nowadays is Okinawa, but before it was Ryukyu, a whole kingdom, and they got overtaken and treated horribly. And if you look up Ryukyu and Ainu people, at least what I did, I ain't see too much paste. I saw a whole lot of mellow. You know what I'm talking about. And if you need like more of a reason to think so, look up. Matter of fact, don't even look them up. I got you. This is Mugen, from one of my favorite animes of all time, Samurai Champloo. Now, this takes place in like old Japan. So there's like basically everybody in the show is white. The only black people in this show are from Ryukyu. He says it himself. I'm from Ryukyu in the first episode. All the other black people in this show are from Ryukyu. Niggas got do-rags on the whole nine. The only other black person in this show is some giant named Oni Wakamaru. So I don't know, he's just an outlier. But every black person in the show is from Ryukyu, cuz. And just guess how this nigga act. Just take a guess.
Well, boys, your lives ain't worth squat, are they?
Excuse me?
Do the math. 100 dumplings for all you guys? What's that work out to? 5 dumplings a pop?
His math's way off.
You're a gutsy little punk, but if you don't shut that big mouth, you're gonna piss me off. Watch your ass, or I'll try out my new sword on you someday.
Why not right now? Forget all that formal crap about coming at me one at a time. I'll take all you bitches on! Oh yeah!
Jealousy may be the main reason, but it's more than just jealousy why niggas hate us, man. Scared is not terrified, is not the word to describe, okay? It's just not. So you see this little shawty right here, her name tells you everything you need to know. So I talked about our things before and how they just, it's basically everywhere if you know what to look for. So let's fix her name and see what it means. So we can break it down. We got Na, Ko, Ru, Ru. Okay, well, Na means, the symbol means cup, but you know, one thing about our language, if you remember, there's no, it's basically like the only context sensitive language. There's no one definition. So Na, it can mean cup, but it can also just mean to hold something. For example, like Ushan, that would be the sun. So Sha, that's fire. U means to actively do something. So the sun is actively burning. So Usha. And then you put the an, or you put the na at the end, which basically means like it's contained because it's the sun. So Ushan, basically like a contained, actively burning ball of fire. So that's na, which basically means it's like holding something. And then Ko, so that's supposed to be Ka, which can mean to like to twist or to utterly destroy. But in this instance, I can tell that it's supposed to mean DNA because Ka also means DNA. So we got Na, Ka. Okay, so something's in the DNA. Something's like the DNA is holding something, or there's something contained within the DNA. And Ru Ru. So Ra means to destroy, and Ru means actively to destroy. So basically, her name means the DNA contains, or like her DNA contains a drive to actively destroy something. Like, you see what I'm trying to say, cuz? About her personality. She seems to be shy, yet to others, so she's kind of stoic. Real strong sense of justice, wants to protect the weak, the fearful, and the innocent. What it doesn't show in this little screenshot, she actually has 2 personalities. One wants to find like the non-violent, peaceful way to go about things just all the time, no matter what. And the other one is just completely on go, like thinks violence is just completely necessary 100% all the time, when in actuality, it's both. You can't really, at least right now, it's both. You can't go around acting like a psychopath, but you can't go around acting like a bitch either, you feel me? And I don't know, when I read that little tidbit about her, the first thing that popped in my mind was Judah and Ephraim. That's just me, though. But like some of her powers she was talking about. She got the power to talk to nature, heal, and she's just a fire ass fighter. She can use ki or whatever. We don't talk about that a million times at this point. But really, what made me like even interested in this little character right here was the fact that it was mentioned that she can like talk to nature and stuff. Because once upon a time that was all of humanity, especially us, even to this day, still us. I know there's people, true people of the Most High like me and you, love nature to death. God, I love nature so much, man. But so what I be doing, because y'all know I be on this I be on some whole different, and I'm getting real good with it. I can't even count. Everything going on right now, shit. I mean, bro, like, let me just digress, I guess, a little bit to well, not digress, but sidetrack a little bit. Just like, I guess, bring this point up again one more time. Like, I mean, I showed y'all this shit about the vaccine earlier. I mean, we've been looking at all this shit going on for how long? Making all these videos for how long? Showing you other people's videos, been making for how long? Niggas have been making videos about this stuff before me for how long? And I mean, man, like, I don't know how else to say it. There's no other way to say that you have to be ready. Like, it sounds redundant, but I just pray that you feel the urgency in my voice coming off of my spirit right now, because, like, ain't no reason to be complacent right now when the bloodline of our enemy is literally, like, poised up, ready, waiting, with the most bated breath, biting their nails to the flesh. Because they're scared of who? Who are they scared of? One more thing. Don't think this shit just gonna be easy now. I mean, don't think this shit just gonna be some cakewalk. Nah. Niggas gotta, look, narrow is the way. You don't have to prove yourself worthy. Trust me on that one. But basically, I have a routine that I hit every day, basically like my warm-up routine. And at the beginning of that routine, it always involves 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes of meditation, right? And I be putting on nature sounds. So I think it was just before or after I did it, and I got to hearing about Shadi, right? And I seen she had a hawk and a whole wolf, and I'm like, bro, that's hard. So I look her up, and I'm like, damn, she's far. So what I be doing usually is I hit this trail in my house one time every week because it's just so beautiful, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta be out there. Like, it's not even like, oh, I want to go to the trail. It's like, bro, I need to be out in nature right now. Like, it's literally like, it's not like a drug because that's destructive, but like that's the only way I can really compare it. It's like, bro, I need to be in nature right now. Like, I just gotta go. So the day that I found out about this little character, bro, I went to that trail and I did not take no videos of this particular scene that I'm finna describe because, nigga, I was in awe. Bro, I've been in whole mountains, like literally whole mountains overlooking states and stuff like that. I've seen some very pristine and beautiful scenes of nature, right? None of that compared to what it looked like when I pulled up to this spot at this trail, bro. Oh my goodness. Like, dog, it was like this long stream type river, but it was at the point where it wasn't really flowing too hard yet, because there's some areas that flow hard, some that flow a little, some that don't flow that much. This one was just kind of like trickling, just rippling down. The water was clear, you could see all the way through it. The sun was shining down, the trees everywhere, bro. Like, even like the little particles, like how it be like in fantasy movies and anime cartoons, where like you see a beautiful scene, the sun shining, it's like the little particles be like floating through the air, making everything look sparkly. Them was there too, like, bro. Oh my gosh, when I tell y'all, this scene was literally something straight out, like, bro, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like one of those scenes in a movie where like in a story where like the main character gets, it's like thinking about something, it's like going through something, and like they look up, the sun shining down on them, and they get a power up or something. Like this is how, like for lack of a not even for lack of a better term, this is the best term. It was surreal. Like it was just surreal, bro. I was sitting there admiring, and I'm just like, bro, is this really happening? Like, is this really happening right now? Like, is this really this beautiful right now? And I'm sitting here talking to my father, like, I really don't even deserve to be looking at this right now. Like, I feel like that at least. I'm like, this, that, and the third. Like, I'm so thankful, like, that you even allowed me to, like, witness this, you know? As far as the whole talking to nature thing, that's, like, really, like, I was going out there because I needed to be out there, but I was also trying to see something, no cap. Now, I ain't really talked to none. Like, not audibly, at least. But in terms of, like, sensing, bruh, the shit is real different now. I can't even cap. Shit is real different now. Because, look, in terms of, like, my body, I mean, I can already, like, at this point, I can, like, it's crazy to even be able to say this, but I can, like, literally feel my blood flow, like, my energy flow, and, like, control it. Like, I can make my arm will be looking completely normal. And if I do what niggas do, like, pump, 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 ain't lift nothing, ain't do no push-ups. I'm talking, like, nah, it's crazy. Like, the way, like, they illustrate your body in fucking, like, Naruto, it's got all them little lines running through everywhere and everything's flowing in and out, forwards and backwards. Yeah, that's really how it is. So I'm out there, I'm doing my thing, and I've been out there before, still on the same stuff, but before I went out there, it was like a week or two prior to this point, and I had gotten a lot better. So I'm already like, damn, this is crazy. So I'm breathing, doing my thing, visualizing, feeling it. It feels like warm mist around me. Yeah, we've been through this before, but bruh, I start like plugging into everything surrounding me, and it's just like green, vibrant, like rainbow color energy, just like flowing in and out. And I'm like, this is like, it's like in my mind's eye, I'm seeing like the faint outlines of what looks like. It's like I see like the faint outlines of the trees and like little green lines just going up, like from the roots up into like spreading out to the branches. I'm like, bruh, I'm opening my eyes, closing them, doing it again. I'm doing it, walking like 5 minutes down, doing it again, still seeing the same things. Then I'm walking down the trail before I even can like actually see the locate. Okay, it was like this big ass tree. So I'm walking down the trail. I couldn't even see the location of this big ass tree. Got my eyes closed doing it. And I'm seeing like the silhouette of a big ass tree with like the energy coming up through the roots. But I didn't know where it was at because I didn't see it first before I closed my eyes. But I just felt like it was to the right. Because in my mind's eye, it appeared what I was seeing to like the right of me. Open my eyes and look. Lo and behold, to the right, a big ass tree. So I'm like, oh, okay. I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here.
I hoped we could make more of a game of this before coming to a head. But I've got instructions from heaven. I've pretty well fallen for you. I'd like to see you live. But we've got to prune a poisonous weed before it grows. Or so it would seem. Let's go.
Yeah, they just them trying niggas. They be trying niggas, boy. They be trying us up. That shit is annoying. They too much longer for that. Damn, they be trying us up, man. But I found that movie on some complete random shit. I still don't even like know anything else about it besides what I seen. But yeah, I mean, they know what's going down. In the movie, the Native American nigga loses. Obviously, of course, he's got to lose. It's them. By a dude whose power is basically just darkness. He doesn't even move. He just swallows you up in darkness. Like he's literally a fallen angel. Like, this is how he comes into the movie. You know, I realize still it could be kind of hard to grasp sometimes, but you would be surprised, man. A lot of these things that people think is so out of the ordinary and just out of this realm of thought is a lot more familiar than you think. There's nothing new under the sun. There's really, like, technology in itself, what we got right now, using electricity and all that, that is angel technology. Like, for example, at this school I go to, recently we built audio cables. So I got to figure out how to like actually build an audio cable, right? And I'm looking at the stuff with all these pins, all these solders, all this stuff about polarity, the flow of electricity, phase, negative phase, all that. And I'm like, bro, if you really think niggas was thinking about stuff like this, and if you really think niggas figured this kind of stuff out on their own, you are absolutely delusional, bro. Like, ain't no way. If you notice, niggas stay deriding fallen angels and elves and shit like that because that's the dragon, that's the side, that's the other side. I mean, like, so if we, the ones that's supposed to be on top, we did what we did, so we at where we at for so little time at this point. Such little time. It's about to be over, man. Okay, well, let's say you hate us, but you still want to be on top. Okay, well, obviously you can't be a part of this club. So what do? You settle. You compromise. You go for the next best thing, the imposter, who tries to be us in every way, shape, and form whatsoever, but flip everything around. He looked David over and saw that he was little more than a boy, glowing with health and handsome, and he despised him. I'm telling y'all, bro, jealousy is the main reason niggas, just niggas, jealous niggas. Niggas is the reason, bro. Why they mad, why they jealous, why they do all this, niggas. Plain and simple. Because we just like that from the beginning. From the very beginning, once they saw our souls, the souls of Israel, housed in bodies, they got jealous. And ever since then, it's been what we see going on. Like, it's pathological envy, bro. It's baked in. Like, it's baked in like how humans wake up and breathe. Like, they are always going to be jealous because that's like the baseline of their existence. This is not like high school jealousy. This is like oh my gosh, this is my superior in every way. Even the God they worship is the only true God. But they God don't like me, this, that, and the third. Won't let me do this, that, and the third because, they just think he's mean or something. But now they don't realize, first of all, he knows better than you and everybody else. And you're just wicked as hell. That's why he doesn't like you. But it doesn't matter. Because they're not hearing that. They never were hearing that. Instead, they'd rather go chase after these delusional fantasies. It's personal to them. It's not personal. It shouldn't be personal to us for those vain reasons. It's personal to us because these niggas done shed our people's blood, raped our children, and blasphemed our God and our Messiah. They the ones mad because we look good. We the ones over here got something to fight for real. So I'm like, what the hell makes y'all think y'all got a chance against niggas? And it's personal now because I know exactly who I'm talking to, in case you need a refresher.
That he'd been abducted by the Elf Queen, and that he'd had carnal relations with her. He also inferred that the Elf Queen was either the devil in disguise, or that she served the devil in some capacity, given that her and her elven accomplices rode white horses through the forest, under the watchful eye of Satan. Androman also confessed that the Elf Queen had taught him the ability to heal wounds, and that she was something of a shapeshifter, maintaining the ability to change her form into anything.
Yeah, I made 2 whole videos about how these fairy faggot bastards been running around causing problems for like thousands of years. And they look, you see how this goes? Bam, just like that. True form. Just like, it parallels the damn king. We can talk about how the Antichrist serves for 3.5 years and shows his true nature. You saw what this nigga looked like before, but this is his true form. And you can look at us in a similar way too, because like we were talking about earlier, David was handsome and full of good health and all that. So was all of them, Samson, all of them, real easy on the eyes. But do you think that niggas was coming off that same way when they was mad? When that spirit was coming over them, when they was roaring and destroying? Nah, I'm sure we looked pretty damn terrifying. Nothing like this, though. See, this is demonic. This is what they are. And it's funny that in Bloodlines 2, as an example of fairies, I brought up this nigga Gloxinia, who has butterfly wings. And look at what bruh says later on in that video, the same video I just clipped from.
In some cases, they were tiny men and women who possessed pointy ears and wore stocking caps. Others had butterfly wings and were able to fly. In Scandinavia, meanwhile, elves would be adapted to include small insect-like wings that allowed them to fly. The idea that elves were beautiful women living in the hills and luring men to their deaths was also adapted into literature.
I already said, man, where do you think all that harlotry, that whole Jezebel spirit comes from? This is the other side. These are the only niggas that have a chance in hell of standing against us, and they're still gonna lose. But at least they can put up some kind of a fight. It's not gonna be just we're stomping on roaches instead of ants. I'll give them that much. Keep in mind, this is just physical too. We talking about the actual bloodline that's on Earth right now. Because when everything, because there's nothing. I talked about this before, but there's no difference between spirit and matter. Matter is just spirit given form by our Father's will through the Word. That's how that works. So when everything gets to where it's really going, and everybody's like how they're actually supposed to be. Like, that's what the whole Legend of Zelda series is about. And all these other series is just the Davidic line, a lot of little angel-human hybrids fighting demons of legend and other bad angel-human hybrids, demon-human hybrids, human-animal hybrids. Like, they do all types of shit, So it's like, I'm ready. I ain't scared of shit. That's why in this chip, this damn chip they talking about. I'm gonna leave a link to the video. By the way, go subscribe to Naima, bro. Just do it. Like, oh my God, she's up there. She's up there. She's up here. Like, she's up there. Like for real. Like, you be talking that talk, but anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna link that video. Go watch that whole video about the vaccine. Bruh, it's over. Niggas dead. Yeah, real talk though. Like, it's not the time to play no games. It's time to mount up upon wings as eagles, a bird. You know, they say we're under our father's wings and such. Just a whole lot of bird symbolism. You know, the bird of prey is a natural enemy of the snake. And overwhelmingly tends to come out on top. You know, golden eagles take down deers and stuff. Wolves and stuff like that. Man, you ever wonder why? What's with all the bird stuff, man? Why we birds? Why birds?
Well, a lot of people also don't know about our name, the person we descend from. They call him Eber. Now, the modern pronunciation is also Hebrew. But that name, Eber, means wings and feathers in our language. But I'll show you where those pronunciations come from. Because the name Eber is actually in Abraham's name. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's take a look at this before we listen to some of the war cries. This is the feminine of the word Eber. Okay, this is Eberah. Of course, that is the suffix of Deborah's name. It means opinion. Opinion, of course, is a wing or feather. So where else have you seen this feminine form? Right here that we're looking at. Eberah. You've seen it in our grandfather's name. His name is Abraham. And the name means feather or a wing. Now, let's see, where could they have come up with the expression Hebrew? Here you can see the letter H in our language means the exact same thing, Eberah. So if you put the H in front of that, you get Heberah. They say Hebrew. It means opinion or wings and feathers.
Notice the pattern here. We ain't no weak, slippery shit like some snakes or a damn eyeball or even a dragon. I mean, David slayed dragons. A lot of us did. Nigga, nah, we hawks, we eagles, we wolves and lions. Lions. Strong. I mean, damn, can't, like, you think that niggas would just realize that, first of all, man, matter of fact, forget about the enemy mistakes. You would think that we, back in the day, would have realized what we had. But, man, that's all said and done, though.
The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion.
The workers of iniquity flee when no one is pursuing them. They live in fear. When Israelites are bold as a lion and refuse to back down from the workers of iniquity, many of you have witnessed how quickly they shut down and back off. In the spirit realm, when the Most High give you victory over the unclean spirits, do you see how weak and feeble they are? Some do not make eye contact with you. When you overtake them, they are fragile and you destroy them instantly. The unclean spirits want you to believe they are scary to intimidate you.
Had to throw that part in from that sister. I watched that whole video for real. She refers to herself as V. I don't know if that's just a nickname or her real name, but V is I think I would for her as well, because it's like, man, people out there actually understand, because if you peep what she was saying, she talking about some real spiritual warfare in the spirit realm, the backyard, whatever the hell you want to call it, because that's real shit. You got to remember that, like, no BS, because I'm talking from experience, nigga. I got scars all over my body. Not all over, but in various places. Nigga, I've been on this. Like I said before, earlier in the video, you may have skipped it, you may not have. I said in other videos too, I don't have a choice. I have to boss up. I don't have a choice, because these niggas are on my head regardless. Whether I'm sitting here trying to act like everything's normal, or whether I'm fully stepping into my destiny. Again, I don't have a choice. They on my head regardless. And then what really broke the camel's back, the straw that broke the damn camel's back, like I said, now they was fucking with my moms too. Not just them. They not they already took my dad away. So see, this is not just a damn game. And she's for real. Like in the backyard, the astral world, whatever you want to call it, the niggas is weak as hell. What they do is they play a lot of games. They'll hop in between your thoughts so quickly. They'll try their hardest to make it seem like you're the one thinking that I can't do this and you're the one doubting yourself. But in all actuality, none of that shit is the case. All you gotta do is focus on a still, calm voice that brings you no discord. You have to realize you gotta be able to discern what's imagination and what's not, because a lot of this shit, it's easy to tell what imagination is. A lot of this shit don't be imagination. Nah, these really be real niggas and real spirits and shit hopping up in people's dreams. Not even dreams, just hopping up through the other side. There's two sides to this world, man. One side you can see and one side you can't see. I mean, I can. V can. You probably can. Naima can. So it's like, it's a lot going on. Like she said, they scared, they weak. Once you boss up, they won't even look you in the eye, because Abba gives you the power. Like I've talked about this before. This is how I know. And it's only recently got to the point where I started doing stuff physically. But before that, way before that, I've been talking about this for such a long time. That's how I know what all my powers is and such. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Because in the spirit world, nigga, when I say I be having a fight, I don't mean just like fighting the way you would think, just praying, staying down, trying not to succumb. Like, no, I'm literally fighting. Like every punch I throw, every kick I throw, every blast of fire I shoot is all through all my power. I don't have any power of my own. And it's not for me. Like I said, regardless of how I feel, I've got something to protect. A lot of things to protect. So I had to understand that. And it's crazy because, like I said in the beginning, that part at the beginning was recorded like 8 days ago. That later on, I believe, later on that same damn day, it was either that same day or the day after. I'm pretty sure it was later on that same day though. I went outside. I was just out there doing something, listening to music. And I was looking down. Basically, my mind was on things above. And I felt like something was off. So I just looked up. I didn't even know where I was looking. I just looked up and I, by myself, face to face, staring at a black cat, right? Now I'm in my backyard. The cat like, oh, I'm so bad at estimations. The cat like 20 feet down or something, probably like 30. By like, you know how houses look, neighborhoods, the backyards of houses. You got one house, you got the next house, obviously. So I'm in my backyard. It's like 2 backyards down and a fence that's broken so you can go through. And the cat, there are black cats across the street at this one house, and I be seeing them in the driveway, not the driveway, but like going out from when you turn from the street into the neighborhood. I be seeing them, which makes sense because that's where the house is. But this is the first time I've ever seen one in the backyard, and definitely the first time I've ever seen one staring at me like that. So when I look up and I make eye contact with this black cat, I suck my teeth. I'm like, the fuck? You know, like, because I'm hip at this point. I recognize that this could be shit. This could be a familiar. It's like somebody could be looking at me through this. Who knows? Who really gives a fuck? Because I'm not scared of nothing. Anyway, though, like I said, it was just weird because it's the first time I've ever seen one back there staring at me like that. And I've been living in this neighborhood for 6 or 7 years. And this is the first time I've ever even seen a black cat back there like that. And this, keep in mind, it's raining. And there's like hella cars. So it's hella noise, right? Like, it's hella noise. The cat is there staring at me for a reason. So I get mad. I'm like, man, you don't get the fuck. So in my mind's eye, I build up my energy, whatever you want to call it. Then I connect like a line from me, just like my body, to that black cat. And I shoot like a pulse. In my mind's eye, I shoot like a pulse to the cat. And then I open my eyes. It looked like it jerked. It shook, it like jerked, looked around, and then it left. And I'm like, oh shit. It's like that's the reason why I just mentioned that there was already hella noise going on. So like it wasn't some random stuff. And I like cut the music down, took the earphone out so I could hear what was going on. Wasn't no other loud sounds. Nah, nigga, I did that. But Abba gave me the power to do that. And so I talked about earlier how before that even happened, I had already seen it like affect something physically when I was up front. Basically asked my father to cleanse his house with his fire. And then that happened. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's really up. So niggas been going hard, man. Like, I put this on my salvation. As soon as I sent that post to that damn thing, bro, like, this shit literally jerked up, looked around like it got hit by something, and then it walked off. Like, I cannot make this shit up, cuz. And that leads me to say, like, for real, man, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. I don't care what they talking about. I don't care what they doing. This goes for physically and especially spiritually, because, like, look, man, I done been through a lot. I done seen some of the worst shit you could ever imagine. I done had some of the worst shit you could ever imagine shoved into my cranium. And so much worse. I don't care about any of that because my father is stronger than all that. And I know he's with me. So you gotta have that same mindset.
Let that young man go, right now!
I won't.
You're not fit to call yourself Emperor Baird, pretender.
Ashram.
Yeah, get ready to rumble. I'm finna leave some links to a whole lot of good videos to watch around this time. Damn, I'm really glad I just said all that, man. That was a long time coming. Anyway, though, you finna see a whole lot of stuff like this going on soon. And keep in mind, those are the so-called gods of Olympus. The children, and I'm pretty sure niggas still lost. I haven't even seen the movie or watched that whole little clip, but I know that a couple of them got clapped, and we would never. But anyway, like, I mean, I can already do things akin to that, just not as fast. I'm not jumping off of walls and shit yet, but like I said, I already knew how to fight before any of this. So like where I'm at now, it's like, bro, call it me being a hothead or whatever. I'm just ready to see where I'm at, bro. I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to see, cuz I'm trying to see. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie to you. Anyway, though, that's it. All praises to the kingdom in the name of Yahushua and Yahuwah. Y'all get ready. For real, like, I did not put all this stuff about stem vaccine and stuff in here just for niggas to go back and keep doing what they was doing. Like, nah, man. Like, nah. Get complacent if you want to. You gonna be in for a real rude awakening. Other than that, though, we good. Y'all stay safe, stay prayed up. I pray all y'all have the strength to overcome whatever comes against you. I pray y'all all have the strength to face any foe without fear. And I pray Abba grants you all the strength to conquer any obstacle, defeat any enemy, and tear down any stronghold built against you. Aman, I'm Yah, Ahaya, all praises.